As human beings, I believe we get this one thing wrong all the time, maybe even every day. And that is, God never expected us to know how. He only expected us to be willing. On a daily basis, I think about the vision for my life and how it's grown. And in the beginning, the vision was small because I needed to build my belief in the fact that I could do considerable things. And now I have the privilege of age and hindsight where I can look back and I can see in my 42 years of life that I've had significant, miraculous things happen that I could have never guessed if you would even told me on day one of becoming an entrepreneur, like really officially becoming an entrepreneur, starting an online business back in 2011. If you told me day one that I would have an audience that spans, 70 plus countries, or I don't even know what it is now, I haven't looked in a while, that I would have served thousands and thousands of people, that I would be able to shift people's emotional pain in minutes, that I would be performing modern day miracles almost on a daily basis, that I would have been like, what? I don't think I could even have gotten excited about it then. I think it would have felt like too much pressure of like, no, I'm not the girl. That's not for me. I think part of me would have been like, that's kind of cool, but I don't really believe you. And God didn't actually need me to believe. God didn't need me to know how. God didn't even need me to know why. God just needed me willing. With each step, as the vision got bigger and unfolded in front of me, unfolded first in micro bits, and then as I grew and felt more capable, started to unfold in macro bits and became significant. I've known for a while that I will be an author of many books. I know that my books will be sold in many countries and in many languages. I've known for a while that my brand and that my name will be widely known across the earth, significantly more than it is now. I've known that this is right here is just a starting point. I've known it in my soul. I've had psychics reflect it to me. Like I never needed that, because as soon as I started to get a sense of who I am and what I'm here to do and the impact that I can make at scale, I knew that I wouldn't stop until I figured out how to make this possible for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. I've known that I have a gift in my voice and my ability to teach, my ability to change people at a cellular level. I've known that for a while, and I've known that it's big, and I've known that it's significant. And I know that someday I'll sell at a stage of 5,000 people, and I'll do it at open cart, and like the audience will be completely full and will be softened and brought home. And that I'll have the gift and the pleasure of being able to do that. And yet there's, times where I've done it for an audience of 20 or an audience of 100 or 200. And to sell out an audience of 5,000 seems like a significant jump from where I am today. And yet there's no part of me that needs to even waste my precious time asking how. Because I don't actually need to know. There's 1,000 different ways that it could be possible. There's so many roads of possibility that it's fruitless to even try to choose one today, because the highway that I start out today may become useless tomorrow. There might be a faster one, an easier one, a smoother one, a better scenic drive, a more savory one. And I get the ability to wake up every single day, and I get to choose over and over and over. And it will change. The road that I thought that I was going to be driving on in 2011 isn't even close to the road that I'm driving on today, not even the same fucking continent. So if I had needed to know how, then like I would just be going in the wrong direction as far as where I'm trying to go today. I don't need to know how, I just need to be willing. Dear God, I am willing. If you feel guided, say this in reverence, say this in obedience, say this in joy and honor. Dear God, I don't know how, but I'm willing. I am willing. I don't know how, but I'm hungry. I desire, I ache, I'm willing. The ache is big enough that I'm willing to try any different path, to get it wrong, to fail visibly, to change my mind, to piss people off, to just be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but I'm willing. I'm willing to be in pursuit of the holy desire in my heart. I'm willing to let it change and evolve. I'm willing to let it unravel. I'm willing to let it reveal myself along the way. I love what Gary Vee says about how he's been on this journey to buy the New York Jets. He's been saying it for as long as I've known him. If you don't know Gary Vee, he was one of the first big YouTubers, actually. He started Wine Library TV on YouTube when nobody else was selling products on YouTube. And he just sat there and he recorded himself reviewing wine. And then he significantly changed the financial future of his dad's liquor store because of this. And now he's a really famous entrepreneur, really well known, and he's been saying for years. And that was one of the first personal development books that I ever read, probably 2012. I think it was his book, Crush It, somewhere around that time. And I'm pretty sure he even said, like, back then in that book, like, I'm going to buy the New York Jets. I'm going to own the New York Jets someday. And now I've heard him say many times, he's like, yes, I've said for a long time that I'm going to buy the New York Jets. And he goes, but it's not actually about buying them. It's about being in the pursuit of buying them. What does that mean, to be in the pursuit? I was thinking about that for myself today. What does that mean, to be in the pursuit for me? I see that stage. I see 5,000 women craving, hungry, and willing to soften into their whole and most absolute selves. The woman who is craving to have all of herself in all of her work. Traditionally, achievement comes at a great cost to our future self. Feminine achievement is the thing that I care most about. It's the thing that I want to be known for. I care about making it softer, better, easier, more delicious, and honestly more safe for women. Every single day, I think so much about different ways of thinking of different ways of doing things so that we can, as women, fulfill these great aches in our hearts, so that we can live in a world with fulfillment and satisfaction and growth and contribution in ways that young version of ourselves that couldn't have been able to articulate, smell, taste, or even imagine. I see women in all walks of life and all forms of leadership showing up in rooms right now with only parts of themselves in it. And I see the cost. I see what it costs them. And I actually don't believe it has to be that way. It's just that most of us don't ever question and ask if it could be different. We just accept. We've learned to accept that this is how it is, that like I can only bring myself and this part of myself into this room, or not even any part of myself into this room. And this is how I have to present in order to be received. And then I look for examples to prove us differently. I think about even like female politicians. I think about women leaders in like big corporations. And then I see all over the world examples of people doing it different and challenging the status quo. and challenging the status quo. And I see women showing up with more pieces of themselves, and those are the women that I trust the most. When I see someone showing up with a piece of themselves or none of themselves at all, I can never put my finger on it, why I can't feel like emotional resonance with them, why I don't want to do business with them, why there's consistent conflict. I just don't believe it has to be that way. I just believe we haven't asked ourselves, how can it be for us? How can I bring all of me in? It is my great hope, prayer, and belief. It's my knowingness that this is going to shift, that I will be a part of that movement for women, that I am already a part of that movement for women in business and politics and classrooms and schools. I want to see anywhere ambitious women try to achieve, not just for themselves, but for other people, that they will be able to fulfill the aches in their hearts, the visions that they want to realize for ourselves and for others, including women who their big vision is to be the most insane mother everywhere. I see plenty of ambitious women take this craving and desire into motherhood, and they give motherhood their whole heart. And then I see other women bring pieces of themselves into motherhood. They bring shame, they bring fear of judgment, they bring other people's rules into how they parent, and they show up with a fraction of who they are. And we perpetuate that with our own children. And then I see other women saying, no, fuck you. I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to do this with all of me. And we see them raise children who know all of themselves. I think right now, this world is absolutely craving truth and trust. And we can't have that if we are subconsciously leaving part of ourselves out of every conversation. I want to see women win at a greater capacity than the world has ever seen. I want to see us feel more deeply, feel more certain, feel more capable, feel more ourselves, feel more of our gifts, feel more of our magic. I want to see this world walk with women tall. I want to see this world, and I want to see women hold people to a higher standard, because we are so committed to wholeness, truth, and trust that we magnetize unspeakable, reverent, impossible opportunities to ourselves, and that we change people at a cellular level simply just by being in the room. And I don't know how, but I know that I'm willing. God never needed us nor wanted us to know how. He needed us willing. Dear God, I don't know. I see your wish for me. I see what's possible for me. I see your plan for me. I feel it in my whole soul. I feel the ache. I feel the intensity. I feel the craving and the softness. I feel being met by equal desire of me being willing and them being wanting. The women who are ready for this mission, for this purpose, for this transformation, for this returning, for coming home. I see them as I'm willing, and I see them wanting, and I see us coming together being a perfect energetic match. And that's all I know for sure. I know how. And the how is through me being willing. That is the only how that you ever required of me. That is the only how that you require of us. That we just say, yes, God, I am willing. I will. I will show up. I will be willing and ready to meet them as they are willing and ready to meet me. I'm willing. And I know that, I know with my whole soul that that was all that you were ever asking. I got it wrong, and I don't know who taught it to me, and I don't know where it came from, and it doesn't even matter anymore. Because now that I know, I can't unknow the truth, which is The how is absolutely, completely irrelevant and not even my job in the first place. You were never going to put the burden of the how on my shoulders. You just needed the delight, the craving, the aching, the deliciousness, the holy fuck yes, the willingness from me. And I'm here and I am on my knees with my head bowed and in complete reverence and devotion to this desire that you have given me in my heart. I say yes. And I will say no to anything that doesn't match this. I will stay in the vortex of this holy desire that you've put in my heart, and anything that doesn't match is a holy fuck no. Because I am willing. I'm open. I'm receptive. The burden, the hardness, the how. Thank you for handling that for me. Thank you for not burdening that on me, and I'm sorry for ever thinking that it was mine. And now that I think in this way, it seems completely absolute ludicrous and silly that I ever thought that that was mine to hold. Because if I'm holding it, my hands are closed and I'm not receptive. And I'm not able to receive the next step, the next clue, the next wish, the next whisper, the next urge. I'm not able to receive the pivot, the new direction, the lighter, easier, better, more fun, more aligned, more perfect, more delicious, more me way. I am willing. I'm willing to bring all of me here. I'm willing to bring all of me in. I won't leave any piece of me out because I know that you made every single cell of me, every vibration, every piece of me it was completely and perfectly made for this exact thing that you have put in my heart, like the greatest ache of my entire life, the thing that makes me want to choke and cry, the thing that makes me want to sob, the thing that when I look in another woman's eyes and I see my willingness and her desire and her aching and her receptivity, and I know when I see it come together in the perfect moment that it is completely undeniable and there was never anything more pure, more true, more me, more perfect, more us than this holy fucking moment. I am willing. And I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen.